The purpose of my art, it's hard to pin down, but I think that I like the idea of putting something that gives you a window into a different form of reality or experience. My name is Jake Fernandez, and I am an artist. The Myakka Fork project is one that could be classified as durational. I had moved back to Florida from New York City and was incredibly taken by the nature, the sheer intensity of the color, the greens, or I almost hurt my eyes.
My name is Linda Chapman and I'm an artist. I thought Jake Fernandez was the best artist I'd ever seen. His work was very unusual, and we were undergraduates, but he never followed the rules. The Myakka Fork project has been going on for so many years, I don't remember when it started. He has thousands of photographs. He visits a specific site very often and has recorded the changes in the environment since his first photographs there in the 1980s.
So I did a lot of hiking and going around, not looking for anything in particular. And in one of my walks, this particular place caught my attention. And I decided to focus on that work. And in my head, I planned to do 3 large paintings based on that place. It differs from project to project, but the more complex projects start with an idea, and that idea comes from maybe just walking around and my attention is grabbed by something I come across, and I start to investigate like a detective.
The most interesting thing to me about Jake's artwork is it has so many different levels of visual information. It's abstract, it's real. There are things that are imaginary. It looks like a map, it looks like a forest. It's endlessly entertaining.
The complexity of painting is something that I'm drawn to, something that I've worked for a long, long time to try to take small steps into perfecting, and there's no end to it. It's the kind of medium that offers immense possibilities and opportunities. You're involving the senses, you're involving a narrative, even in abstract paintings. I'm not into, even though it's tempting to do, depressing subject matter. Many think that depressing and angst-ridden subject matter makes your work heavy and important. I disagree. There's enough ugliness out there. I don't need to be producing anymore. I remember I took my son to the location one time to just sort of hold rulers and stuff that I had because I was doing some calculations. And he was 6 years old. He's now 32. So to show you, and I'm 2 paintings down. I'm still working on the 3rd Myakka painting.
My name is Dixie Resnick, and I am the CEO of Crowley Museum and Nature Center. I met Mr. Fernandez one day when I was working in the Welcome Center, and he and a friend came in just to hike and look around, and he introduced himself to me. He was a very nice man. My first thought on Jake Fernandez Myakka Fork pieces were how interesting it was to see him represent true old world Florida the way that he did, with its wildness, its imperfections, all of that was encompassed in this artwork. And so many people are unfamiliar with Myakka that I just thought it was great that he saw it and he decided to represent it, even though it might not be the typical popular views of what Florida is.
I don't set out to change the world or deal in politics or commerce, but I do believe that if somebody can walk away seeing things in a slightly different way because of what they experienced, then that's more than I need.